Okay, these little star bolts go on the front of the grill. I'm going to take this on because I'm going to add an auxiliary cooler. They go in here. They're going to be bag number 11. These clips, I don't know if you can see them. Let me see. There's one. That clip holds the bottom end of the grill, and there's one on the very end, the very far one. But you see these other clips, you know, other clip things or whatever, not clips. Put my finger on it. This one has a clip actually holding the grill on. That one doesn't. The ones that have the clip holding the grill on, there's one. It's hard to see. Two. There's two on this side. There's those metal things in the middle. And as you go across there, there's a third and fourth one on that side. I'm going to go video those. So on the passenger side, here we are again. You can see, I can't see anything yet. This thing get its, there we go. There's one on the very end, again followed by another one. There's no clip, and the lighting's different. The third one in has a clip, and then the third one in has a clip, and then you get to the two metal looking rods sticking in the middle. So we're going to move these little clips and pull off the front grill. Well, that took more work than I thought. I was hoping that what was holding it on was just the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4th, whatever, clip, but it wasn't. What you had to do is, on the outside of the grill, kind of work when the grill is still in place between here with a little screwdriver and sort of trying to bend that down at the same time as you pushed it forward. But as you can imagine, you get this one a little bit off, and then you start pushing the other direction down here. I kind of work from both sides in. You just really had to kind of, once you were sort of sure it was over that, see there's a little notch, once you're sure the grill got kind of past that notch, it was either just sitting on it, those are kind of sharp notches. Either way, once it got past that notch, then you just had to, the problem is your grill sometimes a little bit, you can see, your bumper is a little bit, can move back and forth. So it's sort of holding this at the same time as pushing the grill forward, but that popped it off. So I've purchased an auxiliary transmission cooler for this 2010 Expedition. And here's the front. I went ahead and took the grill off. Chilton says you can come up from underneath by taking off the plastic down there. I got some water built up in there, but anyways, I think I can do it easier this way. Taking the grill off was pretty easy. I already had the lights out from when I was changing out the radiator, so that doesn't need to be taken off. Everything you need is right here. All right. So just taking the grill off, or like they said, you could come up from below, I think, and do it possibly as well. However, I just took the grill off. First thing, I went ahead and popped this one off. So I'm going to pop this one off. Well, let me see if I can find it. This just was sitting on here like this, and just pull it off. The next thing I'm going to do is use one of these quick releases to release this, and then put in the replacement. And I'll show you the replacement in just a second after I use this quick release. Sorry, I meant to videotape it. This is the part I got from Ford, and so I pulled out the other tube, which is right there on the ground, and the other tube ran down here, ran up here, and then plugged into the radiator up here. Shoot, up here. All right. So now this tube's going to come down and connect here. The cooler's going to sit here, and it's going to plug into this, but this just pushes in and it comes up to the cooler. It's sort of a different route. So sorry, I meant to show you me before I just plug that in. I'll show you in a second when I get everything lined up. So as you can see, I haven't got it all in yet, and I haven't put on the clamp, but this is the auxiliary cooler. It's not much. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than that. But anyways, that's the auxiliary cooler. another part that I bought. So I bought this part down here from Ford. I bought this from Ford as well. And then they also sold this part, this little tube. I was thinking about just cutting one, but this is so much better. So I'm glad I bought it. But this is where your old one came out. So you're going to plug this in there and connect it there. It should be pretty easy to do. All right. Probably the only thing difficult about this whole job, I don't think there is, but is later you're going to have to fill the transmission fluid on these closed systems, which are a pain. All right, so that was pretty easy to push onto the radiator. And now I'm just going to push on this part and then snap that in place, and that's it. Okay, there we have it. Keeper's back on, hose is on here. These seems to come underneath this just a little bit for some reason. I don't know why, but clipped in. I was thinking it would set down on these possibly, but that's not moving. These clips are really tight. I guess I could possibly have cut that hose, but I don't think that's what I think it's maybe for a bigger one or something. I don't know, because it looks like this could handle larger transmission coolers. I wish I'd known that. I'd have bought a larger transmission cooler, quite frankly, for the effort of putting it in. So that's connected. That hose is connected. Now I have another video on taking the front grill off this. I'm going to just put the grill back on and I'll be done. Again, I've replaced the radiator, so then I'm also going to do this, but if you're curious about the headlights and all that stuff, you can watch a video I did on replacing the radiator. Okay, this is for the grill video. I haven't even put it on yet. I just set it in place, but you can kind of see these tabs. I've just set them all. I don't know if you can see them, but see the tabs here again. Set it all in place. Nothing's hooked up. So now I'm just going to pop all these tabs back underneath the grill. And then, if you recall, I got to put those clips on the inside on the different ones. And then we'll just put the bolts back in up top. And there you have it. So now this is all popped back on. It's kind of a, because everything's sort of flexible with the bumper. Just got to work at it and it'll eventually pop back on. Before I bought this truck, somebody had wrecked it, and you can see they've did some bashed in something here. I don't know what the lady was a terrible driver. I could see other things she'd done where she probably ran into stuff in her garage. But anyways, I wasn't taking this off to replace this. I might someday, but it ain't bad enough to spend the money on it. Anyways, putting on these couple clips. Already did the ones on the other side. Again, they just simply go down here and they clip on. It's pretty easy. You'll see it in the video when I took them off.